Hi friends, welcome back to my channels. Today we're talking about the Lavish Layers scarf. So this scarf was in Crochet Magazine, autumn 2015, one of the first issues that I worked on, I think, when I was editor of this magazine, and this is one of my designs. So I just talked about it in one of the 5-minute podcasts in the morning, and I thought, oh, let's go ahead and make that. So there is a symbol diagram in this magazine, if you can find an old copy of it. I do have two cats up on the table with me today, so we'll see if they are going to interfere. That's Muffin poking her head in. So this Lavish Layers scarf is 2 layers. It is a background layer of just single crochet. So it is completely made separate, just like a traditional piece. You would chain 22 and then single crochet in the second chain and each chain across so that there are 21 stitches per row. You would make the number of stitches specified in the pattern, in which case this one is 244 rows. It's important to note with this, because we're making 2 pieces of 2 different stitch patterns, both using the same yarn and the same hook. It's an H size hook, that the gauge is going to matter. So make your lace layer, and wherever you stop, make the base layer to fit the lace layer. Got it? So even though the base layer, the background layer is 244 rows, you might change your mind and do 243 or do 245 or whatever works for your gauge, so that this piece, it really doesn't, it's not critical. And then you'll put the lace layer over the top, and then you'll single crochet them together. Okay, so let's talk about the lace. You can also do the lace completely separate without the base layer, and but you know, why do one scarf when you can do 2 and then just crochet them together? So just like the single crochet layer, we are taking a H size hook and the same yarn. In this case, it is Knit Picks Shine Worsted Weight. This one is Cosmopolitan, the pink, and the gray is called Robot. Okay, so we are taking this yarn and working separately. So it's really making 2 separate scarves and then crocheting them together. No sewing though. So chain 22, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I hope you're having a valuable and restful, relaxing day. We're just single crocheting in the back loop, back ridge, back bar of each chain all the way across. Oh, big cat leap. So let's speed on ahead. Muffin has quite a grip. Now, Muffin has all her claws, so she can hold on to yarn way easier than Theo. Okay, Muffy. Okay, Muffles. Okay, her official name is Muffin, but you know, do we ever call our pets by their official name? Sometimes we do, but I have a lot of nicknames for our pets too. Okay, so I sped ahead, and now I'm going to move this symbol diagram a little bit closer so that we can read along while we crochet. So here's the symbol diagram. You can feel free to take a screenshot of that if you want. Okay, so we have our 21 single crochets, which is the completed row 1, and now we are going to row. So we have worked we have worked all the way across. We're going to chain 1, that's what that tall oval is, and single crochet in the first 2 stitches. So we're chaining 1 and we're single crocheting in the first and second single crochets. Now we're going to chain 1, 2, 3 and skip 1, 2, 3. So please ignore my manicure. It was perfect when I started and skipping 1, 2, 3, and in that next one we're placing a V stitch, which in this case is a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. So we're skipping 1, 2, 3, and in this next one we are double crocheting, chain 2, and double crocheting. So this is about a 5 or 6 row repeat, but once you get it, it'll be a lot easier. Then we are chaining 1, 2, 3 and skipping 1, 2, 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, skipping 1, 2, 3, and in this next one we're going to place 1 single crochet in each stitch for 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Chain 3, we're starting our second part. This whole repeat, this scarf is just one repeat because you can see that they're offset like bricks. So we need both this one and this one. I mean, I guess you could make it skinny, but yeah, I mean, I guess you could. So I guess it's actually technically 2 repeats, but then you would never have, they would just go straight up in a column like this. You need like almost 2 solid to get this one in the middle where there are 2 here and then 1 here and then 2 there, like a hopscotch. Okay, anyway, I digress. I'm sorry. Okay, so I did my 3 single crochets. I chained 3. I'm skipping 3. It's time for another V-stitch. So 1, 2, 3, and in this next one, we're doing a V-stitch, which is, you remember, by our symbol diagram key up above here. A V-stitch is equal to double crochet, chain 2, 1, 2, and a double crochet in the same spot. Now we'll do 1, 2, 3 chains. We'll skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, and we'll end with 2 single crochets, 1 in each of the last 2 remaining stitches, and we will chain 1 and turn. The chain 1 we know because of that little oval. We'll single crochet in just the first stitch, and then we'll chain 4. So we've turned, single crochet in just the first stitch. We are skipping the second one. We're chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. According to our stitch diagram, we're now going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets all in that V stitch. So let's do that. 1. Hopefully you can't hear my stomach growl on this video. I am so sorry, but I have to take the opportunity to film when it presents itself, even if I'm not ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, because we have a busy house, and so I don't always get silence. So in these 3 single crochets, we're going to skip 1 single crochet in the next. Here we go, and then skip 1. So we're single crocheting in the middle of that 3 grouping. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 double crochets in the middle of that V-stitch chain 2 space. We're not actually putting the 5 double crochets in those 2 stitches, but instead in that space made by the 2 chains. So just go ahead and get them in there. They don't have to be put in 2 of the loops of those chain 2s. You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're doing this all very symmetrical. Skip 1 single crochet in the last one. Okay, so now this next row is a chain of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is a double treble and a chain 3. So we're chaining 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, turning, and we'll place 1 single crochet in each of the double crochets of that fan or shell of 5. So 5 single crochets, 1 in each of those stitches. Then we are going to make a bridge or a huge leap of 7 chains until we do more single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Skip all of the stuff underneath it and go right over to the double crochets to do the single crochets, 1 in each of the doubles for 5 doubles. So single crochet in each of the doubles. Okay, now when we have done that, now we're going to chain 3 and do a double treble, which you can tell is a 1, 2, 3 yarn over. So if you don't know what the stitch is called, it doesn't matter. With the symbol diagram, we just know that those little hash marks mean we yarn over. So yarn over 1, 2, and 3, then insert the hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 until there are none left. Okay, easy peasy. Chain 1, 2, 3, and double crochet in the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, turn, double crochet in the same stitch. Then it says 1, 2, 3, and we're centering 3 single crochets above those 5. So we're going to skip 1 on either end. So start with those 1, 2, 3 chains, and then we've got these 5 single crochets centered. We're going to skip 1 single crochet in each of 3. 1, 2, 3, skip 1. We're skipping that last one. We're doing chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we are V-stitching in the middle of that 7. Now I went ahead on my swatch, and this time I did put that V-stitch actually in that middle stitch of the 7 because I wanted it to be precise and not like slide around. I thought it would make the lace more stable, and it would, like, that V-stitch then wouldn't slide along that 7. So I'm going to go ahead and choose, it's a design decision, 1, 2, 3. I'll put it in the 4th one or the middle one of that space of that chain. I'm going to go ahead and put it in 2 of those loops, anchoring it in that actual stitch. So I very, very rarely do that, but I chose to do that in this case because I didn't want it to slide around. I wanted it to stay nice and anchored. Okay, so chain 3, and then when we get to this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're skipping the first one. We're centering those 3 single crochets in the middle of that 5 grouping. 1, 2, 3. I dropped it. 2, 3. And then we are ending with 2 double crochets in the 4th or 3rd. Let's see, I guess it's technically the 4th because it's the double treble plus a chain 3. And so we want to put 1, 2, 3, put it in there. So that helps that outside edge structure of that chain 7. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, where do we go next? Chain 1, 2, 3, and 2 double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, and turn. It does not matter if you turn first and then do the chain 3, or if you chain 3 and then turn. It doesn't matter either way. Just be consistent, but it really doesn't matter. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet in the middle of that 3 single crochet grouping. So 1, 2, 3, 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet in the middle of the 3 single crochets, skipping 1 on either side. 1, 2, 3, 4. I really think it's critical that you get the lace pattern done correctly from the beginning. Okay, now we're at 5 double crochets in the V. And then once you establish that it is correct on the first go through, then you can put your instructions aside and just use those first several rows of your piece to teach you the pattern. So you can keep referring back to the first beginning couple of rows if you're unsure how many chains. So we're doing 4 chains, single crochet, 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I really recommend that after you do the first sequence of rows, that you put it down and really match it against the symbol diagram and make sure that it is all good to go, because you're going to be using that as your template or your tutorial for the rest of the scarf if you run into questions later. Or you can just have your instructions with you wherever you go. Chain 1 and turn and do single crochet in each of the stitches. Chain 1 and turn, single crochet in each of the double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Also, if you're not sure what to do at the end of the row, so we're chaining 7, look at the beginning of the row, because it is symmetrical. So we're chaining 7. Remember, we're placing single crochet 1 in each of the 5 double crochets. So get the beginning of your row correct, and that'll help give you a hint to what happens at the other end of the row. 4, 5, 6, 7. So single crocheting in each of those last 3 stitches. So this is a symmetrical pattern. It is the same on the right edge as it is on the left edge. Of course, the turning chains, you just have to know that they count as that stitch. So this is where reading your stitches really comes in handy. Chain 1 and turn, single crochet in just 2, and chain 3. And this is where I like to put the V-stitch actually in the stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 1, 2, 3 on the other end. So we're making it nice and balanced with a V-stitch, chain 2, V-stitch, double crochet. So double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, all together equals 1 V-stitch, chain 3, and then we will center those 3 single crochets above the 5 of the previous pineapple. So all of these together, 1, 2, 3, it takes several rows to make a pineapple. 1, 2, 3, put it in here. It takes several rows to make a pineapple. This is one of the easiest pineapples. It is, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's kind of a pineapple, but it's more of a diamond. It almost looks like a spider stitch. I'm thinking of already, my friends, the next video that I'm making for you, which was the pineapple from the Go Crochet Skill Builder book. That's on my mind as well. Okay, so that is coming if you haven't seen it yet. So skipping 1 single crochet, ending the row with 2 single crochets, 1 in each of the final 2 stitches. Okay, so that is one complete section of this pattern. So now at this point, you could put a stitch marker in the side to indicate that anything below that is correct and would be your tutorial going forward. So then you would just match the stitches. So the V-stitch here is the same as the V-stitch here. So it's go straight down the line. So if we had the V-stitch and we have the V-stitch, what comes next? What comes next is these double crochets. So those will go next. And then you can see it like building on top of one another. Another clue that will help you know if you are on the right track is if you can tell the right and wrong side, they should stay the same. So this is the wrong side of these. So up here, the next row, we would be working this way. And so the wrong side would be showing here. So when you're like looking at several repeats like this one, then this is the right side. So then this is the right side because I just hadn't flipped it yet. So it should be consistent. When you lay it flat and look at it, it should be right side, and then if you flipped it over, it would be wrong side. So like when you lay it flat, it should be consistent. Does that make any sense at all? Anyway, so you're gonna do this pattern all the way up, and you're gonna finish with the crown here of 5 double crochets. That 5 double crochet row is where you will end. Yes, and then that will be at the very top. So I would have pulled back 1. So you would end with the 5 double crochets on top of the 5 single crochets on top of the 5 doubles, and that is your final row. And then you'll just like literally use your main color to seam it together. So if I pulled back, did I get all the, yeah, I got all the pins out. So you're just going to take your final row loop and matching stitches. You might even stitch marker it together so that you've got a nice even spot, and you will match up stitches for stitches and single crochet the 2 of them together through both thicknesses like this. So no sewing is needed. And when I do crochet things together, I prefer to crochet them together rather than sew them together because I'm a crocheter and not a sewer. So you just sandwich them together and crimp the edges like you're making a little ravioli by placing the single crochets in the main lace color so that they are bound together in one piece. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time. So if you liked this video, here's another one that's similar that you might also enjoy. And here is the video, the last video that was uploaded in case you missed it. Everyone, please like and subscribe for more videos. They're usually posted on Wednesday or Thursday at the worst. Thank you. Bye.